Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. You know where you're at. You're in the nest, the Eagle's Nest, and I'm your host, Joe Patrick. You know my co-host, Clark Wright, he's sitting over there. He's munching down on one of these healthy salads. You know you guys got to eat healthy salads out there. You know, salads are good for you. Get that protein in you and all that kind of good stuff that helps your bodies grow. Drink milk. And not that soy stuff, man. Drink real milk. I mean, hey, parents, I know some of you don't like that, but hey, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, we're back. The boys of spring are back, and we are here. The Yorkville Eagles are back in effect. And we were out at Randall's Island for the first set of games this week. We're going to give you the scores in a minute. But before we give you all the scores, let's take a trip to Randall's Island, and we talked to a couple of the coaches and a few players from the 10U team, not talking about 9, the 10U South team, who was victorious over the weekend anyway. But we talked to a couple of them and a couple of parents, and let's take a look and see what that was all about. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. You know, you're in the nest, the Eagles' Nest, and we're out here on Randall's Island where our 10U championship team is. They're doing work. They're putting a lick into the sticking of this other team. I don't know. We're not trying to embarrass anybody, but you know what we do, Yorkville? We're here to shine some light on the whole world today because our championship 10U team is back in the saddle. And when we return, you know that one game is already going on. When we return, we're going to talk to the coaches at the end of this first game. They have a doubleheader today. We're going to talk to some of the boys, some of the parents. We're going to get everybody involved because it's a party. It's a Yorkville party. That's what I'm talking about. We'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and you know where we're at. We're in the nest, the Eagles' Nest, and I'm out here on Randall's Island with Coach Clark over here. This is Big Diesel, and this is the big sexy Nick Hayes. You know, your team is phenomenal. I mean, you guys came out here opening day. How does it feel to be back?
It just feels great to be outside in the sun, get out of that winter nonsense, and have the boys out here come out here and just ball out, put up a 20-0 spot. It's a great way to start the season. Sweet.
Nick, I mean, you know, all that practice. I know when you guys are in the gym, you guys get your work in. I mean, they are so focused. Has it shown on the field today?
Absolutely. I mean, we did 2 months of indoor practice and had our first outdoor practice yesterday, and it's a whole different type of environment when you're out here. You know, different type of mindset that you got to have. And these guys definitely came out here with the right mindset, and it shows today.
Well, you know, practice makes perfect, but the environment out here, as you said, this is the right environment for baseball. It's a beautiful day. It's nice and cool and everything. Is our team really that good, or are the team we playing just not so good? What is it?
A little bit of both. I mean, we can ball hard, but the guys we're playing are just these guys aren't that sweet, not that dope. But you know, it's sun's out, guns out here. These guys are ready to play ball. They worked hard in the off season. Put a lot of strength and conditioning into it, and these guys are ready to show it off. Sweet.
Good. Well, anyway, Nick, last question, because I know you guys got to get back out there. what are your expectations for this game and for the season by and large? I mean, you guys are coming off, you have a championship fall. Do you think that we can keep that winning tradition going and carry it over into the spring? You know, spring ball is harder to win than fall ball. So what do you think?
I think absolutely they can keep it going. I mean, game one right here shows anything that these kids are still hungry even after winning the championship in the fall, and that's what it's all about. You know, you got to have the same drive to succeed, and they've got that. Yeah, it's a little tougher in the spring. You know, maybe you play some harder teams, but I think these kids are in the right mindset, and they want the championship again.
All right, well, there you go. They got a patch on the back. Maybe they'll get one on their chest this time around. So anyway, Yorkville, you know, we'll be back. We're going to try to get a little bit of the game in terms of some video so that you can see these little sluggers out here doing their thing. Because you know what we do? We're Eagles, and we fly higher than everybody else, and we come down with our talents, and we go, ah! We shake things around and shake things up to bring about the best baseball in the city, and that's Yorkville baseball. All right? Eagles on 3, 1, 2. We out. Job. You know, let's go. You guys good in the dugout.
Same order as last time?
Same order. Here you go. Good job, buddy. Let him hit it. We're back here again, Yorkville, you know, and it's Parents' Day out, too. So, you know, the parents, they come out here and they do their thing as well. And I have to say, your boys, you have 2 of the youngest boys on the team, don't you? I think so.
Yeah, I think we do. They're both just turned 9, right?
All right. So now you're coming off a championship fall. I know you boys, the boys are dedicated and devoted to it. But how is it being a parent watching these kids go through the motions of, you know, becoming little star athletes?
For me personally, it's great watching my son, along with the other kids, grow. I think this is their 3rd season. And you see the progress. It's nice. They're well coached. They're confident, and it's just nice to see them improve.
Okay, Mr. Newman, you know your son. I call him. He's like a little baseball prodigy. Well, not so much prodigy, but he's got because we got a long way to go before we call anybody a prodigy. But he's got baseball on the brain. Does he go to bed with his sleeping in his uniform?
Short, yeah, he does. That really comes from, my family's from the Bronx, and his mom's family's from Osaka. So he grew up with baseball. It's just baseball. Okay. It's Yankees, Fukuoka Hawks, Yamaguri Giants. That's his life.
Okay. Now, last question, Mr. Bash. I see you in the gym. You're always throwing balls at your son Jesse. I mean, you're throwing the ball hard, and it seems like he's got this confidence that I didn't see in him a year and a half ago. It seems like Jesse is growing along with the game. And does working out with your son during the off season, does that really help?
Oh, absolutely. It just keeps building confidence, and it's our bonding time, and it's our religion.
There you go. And he loves it. So baseball is a religion. So, you know, we have Mr. Bash over here, Mr. Newman over here. You know, their boys are out there. I think they mercied this other team. You know, we don't.
20-0, man.
20-0. We don't want to say anything bad about it because, you know, they're young too, and they're learning the game just like we are. But you know something? Again, we're Eagles. That talent, we get the talents in them. We do some things with those talents. So when we come back, we're going to talk to a couple of the boys. Yorkville, you know what? It's beautiful out here. You should be out here too. Go Eagles.
Go Eagles.
Here we go. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're back, and you know you're in the nest, and you know who this guy is. Who are you anyway?
You tell me.
Yeah, well, that's the Diesel. This is the guy, big arms, Popeye over here, the Diesel. This is Clark Wright. Clark is the head coach of the 10U South team, the victorious 10U South team that's coming off a fall championship season, and he's back to try to, hey, are you going to defend your title, bro?
We're trying to.
Yeah,
we'll try our best.
All right. Well, we want to give you some of the scores in any event. Most of our teams didn't start off so well, so you know what we do. We don't want to expound on the losses, but we do want to give you some of the wins. So without further ado, we had Bill Stanton's team. That's the 8U the 8U team. So what did they do, Clark?
Bill's team won both games, 9-4. Game 1 and game 2 they won an even closer game, 5-3. So Bill's an excellent coach, and those guys have been working very hard in the cages. So
That's it.
they deserve those wins. Good job, guys.
Yeah, they played on Randall's Island Field 39. They played against the Spartans Blue, and you know how we like to do those Spartans. I don't care about the 300 Spartans. We knock them down to 0. Anyway, again, we have Byron for the team that he started off the first game, and he had 8 Ks. And then Nicholas came in, and he had a solid 2 innings of relief. So the boys did really well in that first game. In game 2, Eric started the game. He also had 8 Ks in 3 innings. And
Who's that? Eric Castro?
I think that's who that is. Eric
Castro,
the Castro
nice.
guy. No relationship to the guys in Cuba, but Eric Castro.
He's a
He
beast.
did his thing, and then Chase Staton and Dylan Yohai came in, and they closed out the game in the relief effort. Now that game was a little closer, as we said. It was 5-3?
5-3.
5-3 is
Yeah.
a close game. But what about this team? You've worked with them in the gym here. Not trying to mirror your team, but this is a good group of young guys.
Yeah, very good group of young players coming up. What I've noticed in the cage is they put a lot of contact on the ball, and they've got 2 or 3 guys that can really hit for power. Nicholas Aranio can stroke it. He's real solid, and we don't get to see Byron in here very much, but he's a very strong player for his age group. I think he actually played up the past 2 years. So, Byron, excellent job. I didn't know you were that effective on the mound. That's awesome work. But Bill takes their practices very seriously, and those guys work very hard in here. So
Yeah,
good job.
I had him in here a couple of times with the when they were doing their fielding practice. Practicing on the gym floor is not like being out on the field, but he does somewhat like what you do. He really puts these guys through a rigorous regiment of drills, fielding. I mean, I'm talking about footwork and everything. And at one time, I kind of clowned him a little bit because of his little fancy footwork he was doing. But, that's essential to getting the guys at least thinking foot movement, because as your feet go, so does the rest of your body. And, you win games with defense.
Oh, big time.
Defense is in the field.
Pitching and defense is huge.
Offensively, they said the Eagles were aggressive at the plate. In both cases, Chase, Byron, Dylan, and Gary, they all had multiple hits in the game as the Eagles pounded out 15 hits on the team in the doubleheader. So they got 15 hits, 15 from the young guys.
Wow. That other name, Gray.
Gray. Did I
This
say
guy,
Gary? Yeah,
this
Gray.
guy's also a very good hitter as well. That was the other guy I was thinking of. He can smack it. Very
All right.
solid.
All right. Well, you know what, guys? That's 8U. You the young guys. But you know what? You're not so young. Show the big boys how it's done, all right? You keep up the good work. And Bill, hey, I'm rooting for you. Check swing, check swing. Yeah, don't check swing, man. Swing the bats, all right?
That's your website, swingthebats.com, right?
Swingthebats.com. Here we go. All right. So we're going to go to the 11U. We're going to go to 11U. We don't have much information on the 11U, but we do know that they won both the games. Tell us what they did.
Game 1, 11-10. They won on a walk-off hit. This is Ben Lambert's team.
Okay.
And
Ben.
they've also been working hard in the cage. Shout out to Jagger. This
Okay.
guy's been stroking in the cage. You can tell he's been putting on some good size and a lot of hard work. This guy's a ball player. And I think he hits 4-hole for them and is also a pitcher. But those guys can play as well. And game 2, they also won 10-7. So great job, Ben. Keep it rolling.
Hey, Ben, Big Ben from the group home. No, all right. Well, anyway, we're doing that old thing. But I have to say that this team also, I wasn't sure what we were going to get out of them coming out of the gate the first time around, because sometimes, I see the guys in the gym and they look less than enthusiastic. I don't know. Maybe it's that they have that quiet confidence. So that's what we're going to say about them. So Team 11U, keep up, 11U North, that is, keep up the good work, keep up the good work. And all of our teams have to keep up the good work. Keep your pedal to the metal, just like we've always said before. Don't let your foot off the gas. One thing I do want to say is that Bradshaw's team had a tough game coming out, a tough opening day. But the boys are better than what we saw, and you know, Brad, you know that. All right, so Brad, you know it. Don't get too discouraged. I know you're going to right that ship. You always do. You always do. Brad's a good coach.
Very good. I was actually there for the bottom half of the inning. They were down by 5, and they're putting a rally together. I saw Harry Swanson hit a gapper. I saw, I think it was Matt Shaw as well hit a double. So all these guys can hit. Chris Ling was the other guy that hit one to right center. So I think it was 3 doubles in a row, and then they got robbed on an appeal call at first base. Guy didn't touch first base. This is just small stuff you got to work on. And
you got to make sure to touch the base, guys.
That's a very solid squad. So they'll turn it around, no doubt about it.
All right, and not only that, I heard Chris Ling, man, came in and did some work. He had a tough first inning. His first inning was pretty tough, but he shut the guys down and pitched lights out ball after that. So Chris, we're rooting for you because you know what Chris does. Chris seed the ball. He hit the ball. That's it. That's what Chris do. He doesn't do anything else. I see the ball. I hit the ball. That's it.
That's it.
All right. So now, Clark, let's talk about your big boys. Big boys. The 10U South team. The 10U South. 10U South, from what I understand, they did a massacre. You got to let me say this. They massacred the team. Who did you play? It doesn't matter who you played. They just massacred the guys. It doesn't even matter. We don't even want to say. We don't want to embarrass these boys because 10U South put the smack down on them, 20-0 in the first game and 18-0 in the second game. Mm-hmm. Clark, what are you raising over here? A bunch of superheroes?
Listen, the guys. On Saturday we didn't have the best practice. It was kind of windy out there, and we hadn't been on the field in 5 or 6 months. So they came in, got their work done before the game, took it very seriously. We had Sam out there that threw the first 4 innings of hitless ball. And then we had Zach Newman come in and shut the door. So game 1, we actually threw a combined no-hitter between the 2 boys. And the bats were alive. Everybody was hitting. From the top of the order, Justin, all the way down to our last 13-hole hitter, Alex Petrosky, who was 4 for 4 as well. So everybody's hitting. Zach Newman, I think, had 3 doubles. Liam Dennehy had 3 doubles. Jesse had a nice RBI single. It goes on and on. Everybody contributed, and the most important thing is we're back playing baseball, and the guys are doing what they love, and that was just playing ball and having a great time, and it shows when they're concentrated, but enjoying it at the same time. They can go out there and take teams down.
Well, they didn't take them down. They slayed these guys. And I'm not going to go out and say that every game is going to be this easy. Spring ball is very hard. Spring ball, all of the best players do come out in the spring. Even the teams in which we play all the time, the Spartans, the Blue Jays, what is it? The Bluebirds. Some of the other teams that they may not have all their best players in the fall, but they will come out to play in the spring. So, boys, hey, look, we're proud of you, but we need you to keep your eyes on the prize, and we need you to keep and stay focused. I know you have a good coach over here in Clark Wright and Nick Hazenberg, the big sexy. Hey, sexy. I know you're out there. You guys just do your thing and, bring home that spring victory because we've not had a team come off a victory in the fall and win the spring too. So make us proud, guys. You make us proud anyway. So anyway, Clark, in closing, you want to close out and say anything to the guys out there?
Little shout out to Hayes. I know he's prepping for the Rangers game tonight, game 1 of the playoffs.
There you go, Rangers. Go Rangers.
Go Blue Shirts, baby.
Hey.
And Joe and I will be prepping for that a little bit later. But
maybe I might step in. I might have to get out of here, but you never know.
But good job, great pitching, way to put the ball into play. A lot of gappers out there, and great defense. I was just pumped to be out there with the guys. We always have a blast.
Okay.
We always have a great time.
So with that, we want to take a look at. We have something here. We want to talk about the teams, the schedules for next week. We do have some schedules here. We're going to post them online. We have teams. The 8U team is going to be in at New Canaan, New Canaan Pride. They're going to play them. They're going to 9U South is going to be playing at Rybrook. Going to be playing Rybrook. 9U North is going to be playing the Spartans Red. We have 10U South. That's your team. You're going to be playing the Spartans Blue. I don't know about them. Spartans Blue,
supposed
good
to be
team?
good.
All right. Well, then put a good whooping on them. You know, that's what we do. And then we have the 10U North is going to be playing Harrison Heat. We're going down to 11U South. They're going to be at the Astoria Storm Blue. And then 11U North, it's the TYA Titans. I don't know. Have you ever heard of them?
Never heard
TYA
of them.
Titans? All right. Well, you never
They're
know.
coming off 2 wins though. 11U North, stay up, baby.
Yeah, there you go.
Got that.
All right, and then 12U South, 12U. We only have one 12U team. It's going to be against the NYC Stars. I don't know who the NYC Stars are. Just hit them in the head. They'll see stars.
Love it, love it.
Bing!
Take 'em
You
out,
never know.
take 'em out.
And then the 13U is going to be playing the MYB Bulldogs. I don't know who the MYB
Big turnaround
Bulldogs.
series for those guys.
All right, so do
That's
your
Brad's
thing.
squad.
Yeah, Brad, come on now. Come on, you know those wood bats and that regular 60-90. You can do your thing.
Come on.
And then we have the 14U rounding it out, and they're going to be playing in the New Rochelle Braves. So we're going to post those online for you guys that want to see the schedule. They'll be online. You know, we haven't had that before. We were never able to get schedules this early. So having the schedules this early, maybe that'll be help some of you guys. We need fan participation. We need
Big time.
people to come out to the games and watch your boys
Get
play.
the cowbells out there.
You know what
Get
I'm
them out
saying?
there.
I mean, bring your snacks.
Have
and
a
all
cold
kinds
one.
Of stuff.
Bring the cowbells.
Yeah, you know,
Come
just
on,
keep
it's
it in the
baseball
bag, keep it in the
weather.
bag.
It's
Baseball
baseball
weather,
weather.
and come
Come
on
on.
out there, sit down, enjoy the games on Randall's Island. If the team is traveling, then hop in your cars and travel with them.
Tan up the forearms. Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go. Have a good time out
Well,
there.
anyway, we're gonna close this out here. So I'm Joe Patrick, and this is
Clark Wright.
Clark Wright, and we're in the Eagles Nest, and we will see you next week with more scores and highlights of all the games.
Baseball's back.